Reddy is a project manager from Smart Systems Division. Adam, come up on stage.
Hello, Barbara. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Adam. So
Hi.
you're a football player, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So what's worse, waiting for a football match or sitting here right now?
To be honest, just sitting here, it's more uncomfortable for me. But I think in time will go on, then I feel smooth and on the pitch, and it will be okay for me, I think.
It will be, and even if not so much, you have one more colleague to help you with.
Yeah, that's right.
All this stage fright. So Reddy, backstage, is our colleague from our new subsidiary company, Definity Systems. He's a senior software developer. Jan, come up on stage.
Well, hi, Barbara, Adam, everyone else. Glad to be here today.
It's good to hear that someone's glad to be up here. So, Definity Systems, it's a new addition to our company. Maybe our viewers are not so familiar with this part of ZAT yet. What's the most interesting project you are working on, just to bring it a little closer?
Well, that's a tough one. Okay, for me personally, I think it was Simonet. Well, Simonet visualization to be exact. And it was the project we did for you. It was the first time I was working with cloud-based technology. So, yeah, Simonet, definitely.
Okay, thank you. So, I've mentioned that we do a little bit more than just power engineering. Adam, can you maybe mention some of the technologies other than power plants we can control?
Okay, thank you, Barbara. So, in that we have a big scope of products, and you don't even realize it, but our smart system interact with your everyday life more than you think. For example, Barbara, do you travel by train?
Well, only if I really have to.
Okay, and what about our viewers in front of the screen? Or you, our guest, here in conference room?
Well, I do.
Okay, that's good, because, well, thanks to us, the train has enough power supply, is controlled, and can take you safely to your destination. In this time of the year, you are also heating your homes, only if you are watching us from warmer countries. But here, in Czech Republic, we are also using our smart system for heating. To be concrete, we are using it for distributing gas from the source to your homes.
Sounds like a lot of different types. How can we control all of these different technologies?
Well, it's not that hard. To control those technologies, we use our own control system, Sandra, which we developed ourselves and also produce it, as Martin said. So it gives us advantage, and also we are able to quickly react on customers' wishes and also fulfill their requirements.
How can you imagine, like, we have our own control system? What exactly does that mean?
Okay, control system. You can picture it, for example, as a human brain which interacts on certain impulses. For example, the control system Sandra collects data from control technologies in real time, and it's also able to react to instruction from the service crew in real time too. This is also very important. And another fact is that the visualization for them, for the service crew, is created in traditional SCADA system or in our modern platform, which we will talk about later today. To assure that the reaction is in real time, those technologies, or system, if you will, are connected by cables.
By cables? Isn't the current trend to have everything wireless?
Yes, you are absolutely right. The current trend is to have everything wireless. So in that, we are also following those trends, and therefore we developed wireless cloud-based solution called Simonet, which is abbreviation for simply on net. You can visit our website if you want to check another examples how we use it on simonet.eu. You can see also on the screen. Well, but let's back to the data and their collection. So for collect data wirelessly, we develop another platform which is called Simonet Collection. It's basically a small box powered by batteries which collects data, as I said, wirelessly from each technology. It's working on the similar way like our smart homes, for example. The Simonet collection is also mainly used for the technologies which do not need quick reaction time to control it, or it's only used for measuring and monitoring values at certain time. Those measured values could be temperature, humidity, CO2 level, or noise, for example. We are already using this system in kindergartens, galleries, and medical facilities. New challenge comes from climate change, where we can monitor underground water level in places where drought is a big problem. This is another example of how we can use this Simonet collection in another field.
This is a lot of different fields. Maybe you're familiar with some of them, but ZAT is a well-known supplier for industry and industrial solutions. Are we leaving that, or?
No, definitely not. We are just expanding our portfolio to those interesting areas. But let's back, for example, in industry, we are also using this system in monitoring supplies of energy, like heat and gas. And those measured values help managers in their decision making.
Well, Adam, I've been wondering.
Okay.
Sandra, Simonet, they must collect a lot of data, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me and us, how much data does your average power plant generate?
Oh, okay. So my guess is that it's something around terabytes of data per year. But if you know the exact value, please write it down to our chat, and we will be glad for your information.
Well, terabytes per year, well, that's quite a lot,
Yeah.
right? And I would even call this big data. And big data, well, that's a word. It's been around for a while, and recently we in Dfinity, we have started to encounter it, not the word, but the big data itself, and deal with it more and more. And what is it, and what it can do for you? Well, what is it? It's simple. It's just large amount of data from various sources. And what it can do for you, well, I will give you an example you might be familiar with. In the supermarkets, they are able to analyze their customers, well, yours, shopping carts, and that's like hundreds of thousands of transactions per day. And they get these association rules. When you buy a product A, you are probably going to buy a product B. So they put it on the same shelf next to each other and just make it a bit easier for you to spend your money there. And e-shops, they work on similar principle. Well, you bought this item recently. Would you be interested in this one? Or something like that. In industry, you could achieve similar effects. For example, by analyzing different patterns from internal sensors and external conditions like weather or earthquakes or whatever, and be able to predict when a certain part is going to break down. So you would replace them in time and avoid unscheduled maintenances because, well, those cost a lot. And yeah, though I am not a big data expert by any means, my primary focus, and Dfinity's primary focus, is on the development of individual application software.
Yeah, that's right, because you are talking about our visualization software, Simonet Visualization. You made it for us.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, we made visualization software for you, well, for ZAT, because ZAT wanted a way to present the collected data from Simonet collection to the end users in some meaningful way. So we did Simonet Visualization. And to give you all a better understanding, better idea what we are capable of, just imagine that you have your own company, and some of you may even have one. And you expand, grow, and you suddenly have an issue. You want to push a new service to your customers, or you want a mobile app, or new controlling tool, or new financial software for planning. And you can either use an existing product on the market, but if you are too unique, or you just want an edge over your competition and don't want to use what everyone else does, you can come to us. And we can analyze your requirements. We can design the solution, develop the solution, and even support it for the whole lifespan of that solution. Well, sounds good, doesn't it?
Sounds great. How does it sound to you?